Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Darksiders. I'm your host, VGMKoren, and in the last one we assembled the Armageddon Blade. In this one, we're going to finish this all off once and for all, take the fight to Abaddon the Destroyer, the giant awesome dragon. So, it's time, once and for all,
Are you ready? We wouldn't want to keep Abaddon waiting.
No, of course we wouldn't want to keep Abaddon waiting because, well, he's a giant dragon, and you don't keep giant dragons waiting. What is not said is this is the point of no return. After you enter this area, this is it. No more saving. If you come back into the play of the game again, you will begin at your last save. So once you're ready, talk to Azrael.
It's Abaddon. Uriel has led the Hellguard against him. It is as you foretold. The Hellguard will fall.
Angel of Death, serve me one last time.
She mistook me for someone else. She loved him, and I believe that he loved her. Long ago, before all this. Foolishly, he chose duty above all, and died for it. Will you do the same? Heaven hunts you. Hell hates you. All of creation cares not whether you live or die. Join me, war. Like a great sword, I will raise you up, and our enemies will shatter against us. The spoils of 1,000 victories will be yours. Or serve the justice of a corrupt council, and a creator who abandons his most faithful. I offer you this choice, horseman. Would you serve in heaven, or rule in hell?
I choose what once a coward did not.
And with that roar of defiance, we come face to face with Abaddon the Destroyer, the dragon, the guy who just knocked me off of my horse without even me getting a proper chance to get on it yet. Yes, this is the final boss fight in the game, jousting with a dragon. And it's kind of awesome, in case you hadn't noticed. What you want to do is hit him with your sword, and don't let him hit you. Which is, generally speaking, what you want to do with bosses in games. Oops, I already knocked him back over. That's actually not... that's the first time I've been able to do that. Yes, this is the final boss in the game, and as per final boss, he is very powerful. He takes off, and then flies back down and knocks you off your horse. And then flies away again, because he just doesn't care. Ooh, I'm getting hit a lot. I personally love this final fight. As you can see, his left claw is glowing, so I want to strafe around to the right of him, not get hit, and play Joust with a dragon. What other game can you say you've got to play Joust against a dragon as the final boss of the game? It is kind of amazing. So he'll take off again once you've knocked him down, and by his roar you can tell when he's going to land behind you. The more damage you do to him, the more his wings will be broken, I believe. Try not to get hit too much though, because, well, he is a giant dragon, and he will kill you. So if you can get behind him like I've just done, you can possibly, but not like I've just done, get a good hit in on him. Oh, wow. Final bosses being what they are, he is not an easy customer to take out. But if you can catch him when he's turning around like that, it's a great point for you to go after him. You can always, if you feel like it, get off of Ruin to fight, because it's very hard for Ruin to actually stay still next to the Destroyer long enough for you to actually get more than a hit in on him. He is a very, very powerful boss. Once you see what limb he's charging up, you have to be very careful, because if he hits you, that's going to be it. You're going to take damage, and he is not. But I got around him once again, and I'm going to take him out with the Armageddon Blade. Yeah, this is the only fight that you get to use the Armageddon Blade, and it's kind of unfortunate since it is the game's ultimate sword, but it still instills a bunch of power into the weapon. I should have bought some health potions. Oh, keep moving, keep moving. Unfortunately, Rune can occasionally be a little finicky about continuing to move. But that's okay. With another swing, we've knocked him over. Leap off near his head and do your combos as you will. And behold the shakiest game cam, or boss cam, in all of gaming. If you can see what's going on there, I would be impressed, because I really can't. Alright, he's landed once again. Oh, nope, he left. Bye, Abaddon. You know, if he can breathe fire and all of that good stuff, you would think that he could just attack us from the ground. But you would be wrong. He's down again. This time I've actually got Rune close enough to where I can just stand and hit him in the feet. Probably not as effective as hitting him in the head, but I digress. He takes off into the air again, and by the roars we can tell when he's going to land. And you can also see him if you look up, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Down he goes, and we go back over to his feet. Or his face. Or just not hit him this time, apparently, because I'm a winner at this boss fight. But as you can see, there are giant holes torn in his wings, indicating how much damage he's taken in this boss fight. Actually, that wing tear may be there the entire time, but either way, it's kind of awesome. As always, try and knock him down as soon as he lands to be able to deal the most damage to him with the least possibility of getting counterattacked. 2 combos is all you can fit in before you need to get back on Rune and get out of there. Fly away, my dragon. Oh, I was so close to hitting him before he took off, but it wasn't meant to be. Alright, he's down again. I feel like I've hit him quite a few times here, but that is the nature of a final boss, isn't it? I just really love this final boss because where in gaming do you get to joust against a dragon for a final boss? Where do you get to do that? Darksiders. So I guess we can land one thing on Darksiders' awesome kind of unique features. You get to joust with a dragon. But even...
The Armageddon Blade. This will be interesting.
Even when he's been knocked completely out of his draconic powers, you now have to fight Abaddon the Dark Angel, the fallen angel, and the only angel that doesn't have jetpacks on his wings. But he's kind of awesome for that, because look at that design, it's great. And you gotta love the shout out to all Japanese games and the giant katana that he uses backhanded. Totally practical. This is the final boss of the game, the one-on-one duel with Abaddon the Destroyer. It is made in several phases, with you knocking his sword away and cutting through to him each time a phase ends. Once he's out there, he will lift giant rocks to fling at you. Do your best to not get hit with them like I'm getting hit by right now. 3 times, in fact. Well, once he lands, he will immediately try and do an uppercut move, and if he hits you with that, the following move does about 2 bars of HP damage. So be careful. Ooh. I do not want to get Abaddon doesn't want his life to end. He's been the destroyer. He was granted hell, but... oh. Well, if he hits me like that, he's definitely going to get his chance. So, as he speaks to you, he realizes he's losing. I don't know why I'm saying all this. It's just great final boss mechanics. I really... that's the first time I've ever lost one of those. I really enjoy it because, well, I love one-on-one duels, and this is a great example of a one-on-one duel where you finally beat a boss like this. He is very talkative, but doesn't try to justify himself near as much as you might think. A second hit down, and he teleports away. Teleport away now. Thank you. This is the final phase of the boss fight. After the second time where he throws 3 giant rocks and hits me with them. Oh, he didn't hit me with all of them. So that's something, I guess. He will once again try and teleport down and hit you. And I feel like I want to show one more thing off in this game. One more final thing. Where did he go? There he is. Alright, so you can hit him after he does his teleport move. If you transform into your Chaos form, he usually will break it. There we go. I wanted to show that off. I don't necessarily want to show off me dying, but we are going to do everything we can to take him out once and for all and end Darksiders. As with all games, the magic number is 3.
You have taught me something, Abaddon. Sometimes duty must be cast aside to do what must be done. It is not for duty that I kill you now.
Uriel. Reap what you have sown, betrayer.
You had to know it was a one-way ticket.
Council.
They knew you'd never play executioner because of your precious honor. They let you take the fall. They knew you'd butcher everyone involved to clear your name. And you did.
No!
Patience, whore. I've got some for you, too. I'll take that. If it were to get broken, you might get ideas. Like not going back in your little cage. It's tragic, really. You had freedom in the palm of your hand, and you lost it. What's so damn funny? Even you wouldn't laugh at your own funeral.
I'm laughing at yours.
Next sacramentum. The death oath is complete.
Hell God, bitch! What did you do? No, no, no! going to pull your guts out through your halo! Keep getting up. I'll just kill you again. I was just following orders, like you. What are you going to do? Fight the council? Fight everyone? You'll never get away. You hear me? Never! Don't forget who holds the leash.
I haven't forgotten.
You knew. You knew what would happen here, what I would do. That's why you spared me.
No.
Then why?
Because I would not have the last of heaven's honor die with its champion.
All debts are repaid. The duty I uphold, it may call me to raise my sword against you. And if that day comes, I won't hesitate. You will be hunted. The White City for certain. The Council, and there will be others. You would wage this war alone?
No. Not alone.
Alright, here we are at the credits of Darksiders, because that is the end of the game. That's right, after Abaddon is defeated, the Watcher tries to betray war, but because Uriel betrays war, I guess, or not betrays, unbetrays? But she breaks the seventh seal, and that revives all 4 horsemen and brings them to Earth, which is a cliffhanger that will never be resolved. Never ever. I'm sorry. The thing is, as I said at the beginning of this Let's Play, THQ and Vigil Studios no longer exist. Vigil Studios wasn't sold successfully when THQ was shuttered, and Darksiders as a franchise was not sold at their various franchise auctions, and unfortunately it just hasn't found a home, and at this point, if it hasn't found a home, I don't think it's going to find one. Now you might say, wait, wasn't there a Darksiders 2? Yes, there was. It was Death's side story that took place at the same time as this story. Oops. So that's kind of unfortunate, because even though I may have harped on it, this was a good game. This was a very good game. It was a lot of fun to play, and that's the thing about Darksiders. It's just, it doesn't push any boundaries by any stretch of anyone. It's fun to play, and yeah, it's a good game. It's built well. It doesn't have any new ideas, it doesn't innovate, and it outright steals a portal gun. But, you know, little things. Actually, I think the first half of this game, where you are trekking through a destroyed city and seeing all the various facets of a destroyed and apocalyptic world, are the strongest points in the game, ending with the Ashlands. It's a great section, but unfortunately the Iron Canopy kind of follows too closely after it. And then the Black Throne itself just isn't that good of a dungeon. It's way too long for one thing, and that portal gun. But it is all made up for with a giant fight with a dragon at the end, and a fallen angel fight after that. I love duels. Yeah. Would I recommend Darksiders to a friend? Probably on the cheap. And you can find it for cheap. Like, it goes on sale on Steam all the time for like $5. So if you want to pick up the game for yourself, I recommend you do that. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't get a chance to show off, just because I was going from area to area with a fair bit of purpose. And there's more hearts to find, a harder difficulty to conquer, a secret boss to fight. Well, not really a secret boss, and I don't think he's really a boss, actually. I take it back! But yeah, it's a fun game. It's not the best game, but it's a good game to blow a weekend on. as for this Let's Play, it's been a lot of fun. Once again, a giant learning experience for me, from finally learning how to, you know, not do jump cuts and use editing features to make soft transitions. That was a long time coming. To just getting a lot more talkative in my commentary. This has been another giant learning experience for me. I hope that you had fun watching me, because I still am not going to go anywhere. Starting tomorrow, I will have a new project up, and yeah, I'm not going to spoil what it is here, because if you want to find out, you're just going to have to tune in. If you've liked this series, like, comment, and subscribe below, please. It helps me so much when new people subscribe. I just love it. I love seeing your comments. Take time out of my day to read each and every one of them, and I plan on continuing to do that. The music is kind of hitting its end here, even though we're only in the animators. Yeah, like most games these days, this credit sequence is very, very long. I don't know if we'll make it to the end of it, because that A button to hit continue is just so tempting. But in any case, Darksiders is a pretty fantastic game. It's too bad that Visual Studios left, because Darksiders 2, and I may end up doing this, I may end up playing that eventually on the show, is also a fantastic game that builds heavily off of the foundation of this one. It has a lot of improvements and features that were originally intended for this game, but never got in. But I don't know, comment below if you would like to see Darksiders 2 appear on this channel at some point, because that's the kind of feedback that I would love to know. Like, what kind of games do you want to see me play? I am taking requests, so let me know and I'll see what I can do. In any case, aside from Mercy, I do like that all the items in this game are fairly useful. Well, Mercy and the Mask. All the items are fairly useful. There are so many things to buy. I did not buy even half of the shop. I think I mentioned earlier that there are 3 completely other spells that I could have bought throughout the game and upgraded instead of the one that I did. So that's kind of crazy. There's a lot of content in this game, and that is part of why I think that it was originally intended for each piece of the Armageddon blade to probably be in its own dungeon or mini dungeon or something like that. But that was not how it ended up. Darksiders 2 actually is another reason I think that, because that game just has random dungeons that you never have to visit, that you can go and explore, and it's part of why doing a Let's Play of it would be very difficult. I wouldn't know what side content to include. But maybe that's a thought from me. This has been a lot of fun, everyone. I love doing this. I love getting up and recording and putting all this footage together for you to watch, for your entertainment, for my entertainment. It's just fun. And I'm really hopeful that you enjoy it just as much as I enjoy making it. I don't watch it as much. I watch it, but I always feel weird listening to myself. I don't sound like I do in my head. It's crazy. There's someone singing in the background, and a sad violin lets you know that you should be sad. I think the game is overall a pretty big success. It's a lot of fun. I'm just going to keep saying that this game is a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of fun, it's a lot of fun. I think I got it out of my system. Maybe. But, yeah, this Let's Play was a ton of fun to do. I've had some more technical issues in this one, but I'm learning. This is only my second Let's Play, which is kind of crazy, because I have 40 videos up at the time of speaking, and I never thought I would make it this far, and it is the fact that you guys stick with me and watch my videos every day that helps me keep going. Without you, there would be no VGMKoren, there would be no Darksiders Let's Play, but because you're there, and because you're here, there is. So, you are awesome. Yes, you, sitting in that chair. I'm pointing at you. I'm saying, you are awesome, in my deepest, manliest voice. Can you tell that I don't really know what to say about Darksiders? Like, it's a lot of fun, but I don't feel like I can talk about its mechanics very much, just because it is very, very derivative. Not in a bad way, but you can't get over the fact that everything in this game is something that you've seen before. And that's just kind of how that is. So, what I will be doing next, I am going to try and make it to into these credits. If you want to go away, I've already complimented you. I've complimented you. Yeah, you don't need to stay anymore. That seems so wrong to say. I'm sorry. Oh. I'm going to turn off my timer because I'm just going to let these credits run to the end. I'm sorry. I do want you to stay. Don't go, please. Listen to me talk until the credits end, and there are a lot of credits. That's something interesting. Like, in old games, credits took maybe 3-4 minutes to scroll through. I think we've been listening to these credits and this credits song for the better part of 10 minutes now, and suddenly, that's why my frame rate spiked for a second there. It had a bunch of names to load. Yay, testers! This game wasn't very buggy, so I guess they were doing their job. When you hit special thanks, you know that you're getting towards the end of the credits. The families and friends of Vigil Games, I will miss you, Vigil. I hope that all of you find good jobs, because this is great. And as always, development babies! Alright, so, we've come to the end of the credits. I'm your host, VGMKoren, and I hope to see you in the next one.